Hello, I'm jashykins, and I want to start off with saying that I'm very sorry I didn't finish my Oscar nominations 2015 vlog series, but I could have done one I think Saturday night, but at that time I was like, what's the point? Who am I kidding? I'm not going to finish it. But I will finish this series, which is the Oscar Winners 2015, where I talk about the winners of each category, but of course only the movies and categories I'm familiar with, that I can actually say something and not just meh. Because if you need to look up winners, you can, go on the site to do that, and but I figured you come here to hear my opinions for some fucking reason. But today I'm not going to start with any of the categories. I'm going to go over the ceremony itself. And I'm not going to be doing this every year because every year I don't end up watching the Oscars or the whole thing. I totally missed out on last year. The other years I've gotten bits and pieces, like the majority, but Seth MacFarlane and this year are the only 2 years I've seen all of it. So, yay. So this won't be happening every year, but this year you get to have the joy of me talking about a couple things from the ceremony itself. I'm going to start off with J.K. Simmons' speech. Now, he won for his role in Whiplash. And the reason I didn't really like his speech, at least this is sort of on a personal level. I get why he said it. I agree with him saying it, but it just, I don't really have a good relationship with my parents. I can't wait to finally move out and leave the nest. Because it's not a good place for me mentally, and I don't really get the medical attention I need, and it's really a complicated situation. Don't worry, I'm not going to be dying and beaten to death anytime soon, but it's still a place I need to move out from. And so, him saying like, hey, call your parents and stuff, it's like people like me, and if you're like me and you don't really have a good relationship with your parents and you need to move out, I think it's just important to know that, some people are unlucky to have bad families, some people are lucky enough to have good families. And so I understand why he didn't mention that part, but I think it still needs to be said that, family isn't all important. So if you don't have a good relationship with your family, it's okay. Don't feel guilted into think liking your family more than they should be liked. And on a happier topic, really happier topic, the performance of Everything Is Awesome was fucking awesome. It's like, the Lego movie wasn't even nominated, I believe, so it was, but, this performance was just, it was great. It was all fun, full of energy, full of life. It was the only Oscar-nominated song that was really happy, that rejoiced in absurdity. It was like, hey, it's okay to be absurd. It's good to be just happy for no other reason to be happy. And they gave out like fake, Oscars made of Legos. And it was great. And I was like, and all the other Oscar-nominated songs were, of course, down, depressing, reminding you about reality. And I get why Glory won, but at the same time, it's like I prefer that happier song because, you know, you sort of, once you're down, you sort of need to get back up, and that song really helps you out. Of course, the downside is it's stuck in your head for days. It might be another week or two until Everything Is Awesome stops playing in my head. Sort of like that damn narwhal commercial. And one of these days, those two are probably going to fuse into one. Looking forward to that. And finally, you know, Neil Patrick Harris was an awesome host. I think sometimes he might have, tried to relieve the tension the best way he could, which wasn't always really even, but for the most part, it was just hilarious. I loved the sort of tribute to Birdman with Neil Patrick Harris walking out in his whitey tighties, and I was like, I mean, I know he doesn't play for my team, but like, don't bother putting your clothes back on. I have a very good view. And then his whole Oscar predictions, which me and Dad and probably everyone else thought was like, what's his predictions for best director, best screenwriter, blah blah blah. It was not that. It was what happened in the ceremony itself, and it was amusing just because, it was waiting all this time. It just happened to be something I didn't expect. So I think that's why I myself was really fucking amused. And I might have been drinking a little, so that probably affected. And I have been Jashykins, owner at jashykins.blogspot.com. If you go to my blog, you can see the other videos in this series, which will be out once they come out. And once this series is done, I'm going to put the playlist of both this and the Oscar nominations 2015 one into one post. So, yeah. Because I forgot to earlier to make one post specifically for that, so I'm like, I'll just combine it. They won't know the difference, not like I'm saying it in one of the vlogs or anything, because you're not listening this time. And if you are on my blog, on the sidebar thingy is where else I am on the web, so you can stop by and say like, hi Jashykins. And also I have a writing shop. I'm looking for artists to draw like sketches and other things for my blogs, and I'll give you some writing, and you can go to my writing shop and see what I'm offering. And on the sidebar thingy is now a nice brand new egg where you can suggest a name, and then if I accept your name, hey, you can advertise for a short time on my blog. Rules and stuff will be, on the sidebar thingy. And finally, if you're watching this on my blog, at the bottom of each post is an Amazon ad to a product relating to the post at hand, and if you buy the product, you help support me, and I'm hoping to one day earn enough from my blog to have enough money to give my co-hosts, because they are really awesome, and sometimes they put up with such a lot of my shit that I need to give them something. And if you're watching this on the YouTube, down in the description is a link to donate your account, and if you donate your Twitter and or Facebook accounts to my campaign, thank you very much. And hey, once the Oscars, I'm done covering the Oscars, I can actually do a multi-part vlog that's like a little review, so yay, I can't wait. Until next video, goodbye.